2 days ago, on the 20th of April, an absolute bombshell hit the Australian media, which proved what many of us already knew, which was that the Victorian lockdowns and curfews and other pandemic measures were not made with health advice. In fact, they were made just by the government. We knew this then, we know this now, but it is time for accountability. Over the last 4.5 years, we've been getting dribs and drabs of truth from the media and from human rights commissioners and other places, but this has just gone too far. Someone needs to be publicly humiliated and made an example of, because we do not deserve in Australia to have criminals in leadership. And one of the people that was a part of that cabinet that made these decisions is the Premier of Victoria, Jacinta Allen. Back then it was Daniel Andrews. Now, many people online are complaining that there's no accountability and that no one ever does anything and that they get away with it. Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm going to do something about it, and I'm the right person to do it. This case is going to be very different to any other case that you have seen come out of the COVID pandemic. And the reason is because this is a criminal prosecution. This is a criminal prosecution against Daniel Andrews and his posse of 8, including Jacinta Allen. The difference with this case is that it is not a civil trial. We are not asking for apologies. We are not asking for money. The only thing that we can get out of this trial is jail time and criminal punishment, criminal charges, because millions of people lost so much because of these decisions, and we deserve accountability. Now, the reason that people have not done this in the past, which is fair enough, is because it's expensive, it's timely, and it's very risky. However, I'm the right person to do this because the risk doesn't scare me and I have the time. But I will only do it if I have enough public support. I am doing a fundraiser for this. I will get the best legal advice possible. Not legal advice from people who agree with us, but from the best there is in the business. But as a strategy, which I won't go into for strategic reasons, I will be representing us in court. But I'll have extremely solid advice in the background and preparation every step of the way. Every single cent will be published on this website. It's in the description. Every single expense, every single invoice will be published. I have fundraised money for court cases before who have not gone ahead, and I have refunded every single cent. I have proven myself to my community to be trustworthy. If all the money isn't spent, I'll refund whatever percentage is left. So if we raise $200,000, for example, and $50,000 is left over, every donor will get 25% of their money refunded. If we win and we get costs back, well, you'll get whatever I got back as well. Now, the plan is a private prosecution. Now, what that means in simple terms is when the police do a prosecution, that's called a police prosecution, right? But the police are obviously not going to prosecute Daniel Andrews and Jacinta Allen because, well, they're cowards, as we have known. So a private prosecution is when a person or an entity or an organization takes criminal charges against someone. So it's basically doing what the job of the police is supposed to be doing. So what I'm going to be doing is prosecuting Daniel Andrews in the entity of Reignite Democracy Australia, because at the time of these crimes against humanity, against us, Reignite Democracy Australia was representing 100,000 members. We got the calls, we got the emails, we got the communications from all the different people explaining what they were going through, and we helped those people. So I'll be speaking on behalf of all those people. I will not be speaking on behalf of Monica Smit, but on behalf of all the Reignite Democracy Australia members. Now, the intention behind this is not a personal vendetta. Okay, I do not lose sleep over Daniel Andrews. I couldn't care less about Daniel Andrews. But the reason that we are doing this is because it is righteous and we need public justice, because public sins deserve public humiliation. Now, witnesses can also be heard during this trial. So people who did lose their business, who did lose family members who committed suicide, who lost everything that they owned, some of those people can be witnesses to prove the criminal intent and the wrongdoing of Daniel Andrews and his cabinet members. Now, so that's going to be great because people will be able to be heard. This document 35, which is what they're calling it, you can read all about it, is only the tip of the iceberg. It's taken 4.5 years through freedom of information and court cases through VCAT to get this one email. If we open a public case, a criminal case against these people, imagine the revelations that we will get along the way. we have no idea what other bombshells are going to come out of this. And the fact that Jacinta Allen is a current leader in our country and she was a part of these decisions is not okay. The motivation for this is also that it will be a lesson to other current leaders and future leaders that you cannot do these things and get away with it. This revelation has proved that Daniel Andrews did these lockdowns off his own back. And that is just not acceptable. No other state in Australia had to go through 2 years of lockdowns like Victorians did. So why did Victoria go through that? We need to get to the bottom of that. We absolutely need public justice for ourselves and for the future people of this country so that this doesn't happen again. Now, I can give you my word that I have the energy, the conviction, the determination, the time, and the attitude to go all the way with this. For some reason, God has given me this energy for things like this. I can handle these emotional overloads that goes through with these court cases because I've represented myself in a 13-day trial against the government and I won. Okay, I did get punished for winning, but that's besides the point. I'm appealing that. But I just know in my heart that I'm the right person for this. I have built trust with you over the last 4 years, and I know that you know that I will not give up. I also have proven that I will not be bought. I will not be convinced to shut up because during the mediation of my other trial, I didn't take any deals, went all the way to trial. That's all public knowledge. I've never taken a deal, and I never will. I never will. So that's why I'm the right person for this, not because I'm better than anyone else, but because I have the lifestyle situation and for some reason, the weird tenacity to do this sort of stuff. Now, we've got to be realistic with the outcome of this, okay? We could lose. We could lose, okay? But what we gain in the meantime, what we gain with this public trial is that we're going to get so many revelations of documents and things like that that have been silent, that have been secret until now. But we might win as well. But I don't care if we lose. I don't care if I lose everything that I own because this is so important, not just for me, not just for my family, but for everyone else that Reignite Democracy Australia has represented over the last 4 years. And remember, the outcome of this case is not money. We're not going to get paid for this, okay? We're not going to get an apology, okay? The outcome is jail time and righteous justice. We have nothing to gain personally. No one's going to be getting a check in the mail or anything like that, okay? But what we can gain from this is worth so much more than money, which is public vindication and righteous justice, which God wants us to do. And there's a time and a place for this. And that time is now because I've just had enough. I'm just sick of this, okay? And I'm going to go all the way with you guys if you support me. So, guess we'll see you in court.